All right, yeah. So I tried to get goddamn, I got my fan on. I tried to get Will on here to just kind of, do a three-way dance, triple threat, some shit or whatever,
Oh,
right?
Housel. That's what
Yeah,
you're talking about. Okay.
Will Housel, not Will Washington or Will Valderrama or Will Farrell or Will Smith or
Yeah.
any other Wills other than Will Housel. But he said he couldn't do it because wherever he is right now, probably doing nothing, is too loud and it wouldn't jive very well with the audio format and
Yeah.
whatnot. So I was like, okay, Hogan, that doesn't work for me, brother, right? And I sent him a gif of the Hogan, NWO walking up the ramp.
Mhm.
But he sent me a message. He said, please relay to Kaz that he's a pro fraud if he's excited for Jake Lee in New Japan.
Oh man, that hurts.
Mm. But
If I hurt, if I hurts, I mean I don't care.
yeah, and that would be a good place to drop the music.
Here we go. You are now listening to Random Ramblings with Rob. Yay! Yeah!
This is the anthem, get ready for some random shit from Rob. Now everybody stand up and lift your arms. Put your hands in the sky like you're pinching stars. Go piss on Mars! What? It's so random, it's all gravy. The podcast is Rob's, yeah, go crazy. Yup.
And all kind of shit like that.
That's what Rob says when he runs off track. Fun fact, tuck that in your brain. Fuck that, nutsacks, we act insane. In the fast lane, still smooth like butter. Rob, dude, you one cool ass brother.
Motherfucker.
You might hear that about every other word, but who's keeping count? The ramblings get so random, what's happening? I'm babbling so much you can't handle me. Chattering teeth sound like a battle axe bashing the beat. Don't laugh when I speak, cause really, we're just some idiots. I ain't talking about a little bit, I'm talking fully illiterate. Like little kids trapped in a grown man's body. Acting a fool like Lindsay Lohan party. Like it's a party of life, we party all night. Blackout, that's how we party it right. Hit the Walmart cause we bored as shit. Instagram and upload the vid. look at Rob hanging out in the Walmart for no reason, just Instagramming. He got his phone out, walking around looking at himself like, hey, look at me, I'm walking through Walmart. It's so random, Rob. It's so random, but that's what we love. Random ramblings with Rob. Random ramblings.
Motherfucking
Random
freaking
ramblings.
motherfucking
Random
freaking
ramblings. Random ramblings. Random ramblings. Blah 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 blah.
Yes. Welcome to another edition of the Random Rambles with Rob podcast. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you, the listener, for coming back each and every week, or however you listen to podcasts. I got some air freshener right here. I was farting in here earlier. But if you're a first time listener, that's probably gross for you to hear on your first audio experience. But if anybody recommended you to me, you might be looking at them weird right now, but if not, give them a crisp high five. But if you're not in that general vicinity, damn it, I went the wrong way. I'll talk about this portion in a few seconds. But if you're not in the general vicinity to give them a crisp high five, go ahead and get your favorite social media app of choice and send them a well-crafted DM telling them thank you for recommending you to me. Speaking of social media, you can find the Random Rambles with Rob on various social media platforms to include Twitter at 3R Show, Instagram at the 3R Show. And you can see all the visual shenanigans here. I got a broke down GameCube right here with Sonic Collection in it and various controllers and all kinds of madness on my workbench here or whatever and whatnot. So you can see all that by searching 3R Show on YouTube. And for anything that I may have forgotten to mention, you can go to randomrob.com. randomrob.com, to where you can find many different ways to help support the show and the sponsor, Hooks, Rubs, and Spices. If you go to hooksrubs.com, I have to switch my podcasting glasses on because they don't get lens glare and shit. You go to hooksrubs.com and you can go to get 15% off your order if you use promo code RANDOM. Promo code RANDOM. Yeah, if they're still fucking with me, but hey, give it a try. You might not. Even if you don't get the 15% off, the products there on hooksrub.com for hooks, rubs, and spices is delicious. And, not going to lie, it would probably taste better with that 15% off, but it still tastes good regardless. Anyway, we are here. We're back. I got the man, Cass Wheeler, with me once again to talk about some more shit. I don't even know what we're talking about this time.
Just whatever we want.
Okay. Yeah, because it is the Random Rams with Rob.
Exactly.
Yeah. But shit, hell, did you have something? Like for real?
I got a couple things. Let me pull them up real quick. I know we wanted to hit a little AEW Dynasty talk and all that.
Yes.
So I don't know if we want to do that first, or do we want to hit New Japan first?
Neither. You know what I want to hit up first?
What do we got first?
Fucking TNA Rebellion.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
That's a choice.
Why'd you have to say it like that? He's like, what?
We can certainly do that.
Hey, goddammit. I watch TNA wrestling.
Yes, you do.
It's a damn. I don't like how you said that either. Look, it has potential. It has great talent there or whatever, but it's just it kind of suffers from the thing that you know what, I'm not going to even compare it to anything else. It has its unique
TNA's always suffered from.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to compare it to anything else. I'm going to say it has its own unique circumstances over there or whatnot, because they have plenty of grade A talent there. But the shit that they're working with at the top is not that grade A talent. Like, for example, your current world heavyweight champion for TNA wrestling is Moose. Young guy, potential, but he's been hanging around that scene too fucking long and is getting stale, Kudos to him for longevity and whatnot, but his thing is getting kind of stale. It's time to refresh that title scene and whatnot. And they need to stop doing this, and I talk about it in NXT because it's warranted there. In NXT, they have a established system to where, if you have a rookie there, somebody fairly new to the wrestling game, you pair them off with a veteran, whether it be a teammate veteran or just like longevity of NXT veteran or a veteran in the game of professional wrestling that they have down at NXT. That's how you work that system. There's no need for that so much in TNA. And they got Moose paired with veterans, and I use this term loosely, like Eddie Edwards, Brian Myers, and things like that. And then, Eddie Edwards has his own little tag along with his wife, freaking Alyssa Edwards and shit and whatever. I don't know if that's his wife, kayfabe, or just for, whatever. But that does not need to be a group. Moose can stand on his own. And, as much as I don't want him to have the title right now, he doesn't need that group surrounding him to keep the title on him, because he is a viable talent. He can perform and, be believable and whatnot. So I don't get it. It's stupid. But anyway, I'm going to run through the card really quickly because we don't have to harp on it too long, because there's a couple of matches that I want to throw out there to the listener viewer that you should probably put your eyes on. So we had 3 pre-show matches. The first match to start it off, which is kind of a theme with TNA. So for a good long while, I forget the name of the group, but it was probably the Decay, because it wasn't just the Havoc and freaking Rosemary or whatever. It was a couple other people, and I think the collective was the Decay. So every time you turned on Impact Wrestling or TNA Wrestling, the show started off with the Decay. It was Death and Taxes and the Decay. That's how the show would start. Every freaking thing. Your opening contest, the Decay was involved in it somehow. So not too long after that, the opener would consecutively be ABC, the Bullet Club, composed of Chris Bay and Ace Austin, which I do not have a problem with. But they should be doing other shit. I mean, they are the tag champions there. or whatever, but like they could be doing so much more. Just those two individuals. I mean, we've seen it evident from their tag league run. We've seen it evident from their freaking didn't they have a Ace Austin had a juniors run, right?
Yes.
So like,
and I've seen him singles in the indies a lot. And he's very good.
Yes, I mean these two top 5 in any company you put them in, given a chance, but they are relegated to this spot on the card here, even in the pre-show first match of the night. So it was a 6-man tag. It was Ace Austin and Chris Bay with Leon Slater, another young up and coming guy that you should be putting your freaking eyes on. This guy does a 450 swanton splash, and I don't understand how the physics on that work. But they went up against the Rascals, composed of Trey Miguel, Zachary Wentz, and Myron Reed, a kind of a lean over from MLW or whatever. I don't know if he's still contracted there. He's also a staple in GCW as well. And he is a freaking phenomenal talent as well. So all 6 of these young men tore it the fuck down. You know, this was should have been on the main card to start. But put your eyes on that match. To follow that was a Laredo Kid versus Crazy Steve for the TNA Digital Media Championship. Did not watch, but I like Laredo Kid. Crazy Steve is not my cup of tea, but he's serviceable. So it could have been a good match, but I couldn't tell you because I didn't watch it. And then we had the women's tag team match. Speak of the devil, knockouts titles on the line. It was Spitfire, composed of Danny Luna and Jody Threat, versus Decay. And guess who won? The Decay. Get them motherfuckers out of there, man. But to start the pay-per-view off proper, and it's the first match that I would tell you on your card to put a circle or a star or a check mark by it to put your eyeballs on it. Mustafa Ali, the freaking X Division champion, versus one of my favorites, Jake something.
I have heard good things. Boy,
this was a good freaking match. I mean, I'm already high on Jake something and just the indie Mustafa Ali, whatever, which I never got to see prior to him coming to WWE or whatever, is starting to shine through here or whatever. He has a swagger about him here now, much more confident and whatnot, which I'm not to say that he wasn't before, but like he has more room to showcase himself here.
Yeah, you can just beat him.
Yes, these two put on a banger or whatever. Jake something displayed all the raw power that he has or whatnot. I mean, he's just great in the ring, and Mustafa Ali uses quickness and his veteran intellect to eke out the victory and whatnot. Via shenanigans, but it still made Jake something look like a freaking star. Mustafa Ali did his job as a veteran, as a champion of the brand, to freaking elevate that young talent. He did just that. There was 2 spots in particular I want to talk about. Jake something has this this ramp up move and whatnot, to where like he'll get Irish whipped into the ropes, and he'll on the rebound it's like somebody will try to do an offensive move to him, and he would just run through them, and he would just keep running back and forth until he just hits him with this huge ass freaking shoulder block, and just person go flying or whatever. It's fucking cool. And then also he has a Hurricane Rana or head scissor takedown counter, to where like, all right, he's a big man. Ali's a little guy, right? You think when Ali would go in for, a Hurricane Rana or something, he would just catch him, pick him up, powerbomb, right? Nope, not Jake something. He takes the momentum of the Hurricane Rana, rolls through with the waist locked, and just like gator rolls on the ground with the person and stands up, then power bombs them. It's just if it sounded ridiculous, if it sounded ridiculous coming out of my mouth, it was ridiculous seeing, and it's just like, wow. Also, if I could recommend the flashback match featuring Jake something, look at Jake something versus Trey Miguel. I forget what it was on, but I think it might have been because TNA, before the TV show proper, they usually have a pre-show called Before the Impact or something like that. And I think he had a match against Trey Miguel, and that was another classic or whatever. It's just like, it was another match I can't recommend it enough. So seek that out.
Yeah, Jake something's a guy that I had seen before and wasn't super impressed with until I saw him in person. They ran the DPW show down here in Houston a couple months back, and he wrestled
he's
Brian
something.
Keith. And once I saw him in person, I got it. He is actually super impressive.
Yes. Not Indy Hartwell impressive, but very impressive. To follow that, Rich Swann versus Joe Hendry, which is another competitor on this program. Joe Hendry, you're right, I fucked up. He is another person on this roster that I am very high of or whatever. I didn't enjoy the gimmick when I first laid eyes on it. I thought it was goofy as fuck. But just watching the product more and getting to know this character more, I really enjoy this dude. But it's this beef stems from a feud between him and AJ Francis and whatnot. AJ Francis kind of whispered sweet nothings in Rich Swann's ear and pulled him over into his little group that he's amassing there in Impact. And it's set up for this match and whatnot, which Joe Hendry lost via shenanigans. And he lost this match, but he wound up being a winner at the end because there's a lady in their group that just like did a split lap dance on him while he was knocked out unconscious or whatever. And it was kind of hilarious, but at the same time, he got a free lap dance, even though he lost. Eric Young had a Full Metal Mayhem match with Frankie Kazarian, which I didn't care for, but there was a moment in there to where Frankie went for the flux capacity. You know what move that is? It's kind of like
I've seen the clip of it of what happened. Yeah,
it's kind of like a super diving flatliner type shoulder lock thing off the top rope avalanche style, and it went awry. It was supposed to go flush through a table, but it did not. It caught the corner and it just collapsed on its head, and Eric Young got busted open pretty good. So that happened the way it happened, and Mike Santana made his return to TNA Wrestling on this pay-per-view, going up against Steve Macklin, one of the former Forgotten Sons.
I forgot he was a Forgotten Son.
Yeah, you forgot he was forgotten. and some people would forget also that he is a former TNA World Champion.
Is he really?
Yeah, he is. He beat
God.
I forget who he beat though, but like I know you probably wasn't high on him when you seen him on, WWE TV or NXT and all that stuff or whatever. But here in Impact, he got a little shine. I kind of like him a little bit or whatever. I mean, plus I kind of support because he's also a Marine. So, unless he starts talking racist shit and doing something bad, I got to support him. So,
right.
But yeah, Mike Santana won, deservedly so. And he cut a bomb-ass promo that I encourage you all to look at. Is out there on the interwebs. The System, Brian Myers, Eddie Owens versus Speedball Mountain, a team comprised of Mike Bailey and Trent Seven, which is like an odd combination. It's like ice cream and pretzels or whatever. I don't know. It's an odd combination, but it works.
Yeah.
And the match was all right. Nothing sticks out to me. I mean, I love Mike Bailey. And it's just like his partnership with Trent Seven here. It works, but I want more from Mike Bailey. But I mean, the System retained or whatever. And I don't know why they're the tag team champions. And I thought it was still ABC that I said at the top of announcing this card or whatever, but I fucked up. Shit happens or whatever. Yeah. That's how much I hate the System. I try to block them from my mind and whatnot. I don't want to give them good things. And Josh Alexander went up against Alex Hammerstone in a last man standing match. These two big meaty men, beat the shit out of each other. There was tax involved. There was a plethora of freaking high impact moves done on rampways and stages and through tables and announce tables and all kinds of things. If you are into those general shenanigan matches with the last man standing stipulation, put a little check mark by that. Next was Jordan Grace versus Steph DeLander for the Knockouts Women's Championship, which was all right. I did not know Jordan Grace was that short. Comparative to Steph Valander, she's almost 6 feet tall. She's almost my height, almost our height or whatever. And compared to someone that's 5'3", I mean, there was a height disparity and whatnot. It almost looked like a caw in the ring, create a wrestler in the ring with like, if you ever played any of these games where you create a wrestler and you put them in there with the person that is made for that game, the standard characters, it looks awkward. And it did here because of the height difference and whatnot. But it was still a good match. And the main event, Moose versus Nick Nemeth, a.k.a. Dolph Ziggler. Dolph did what he could, but he did not win. And I'm not going to go too much into this match. It's not one of the ones I would tell you put a star by, put a check by. I mean, it was all right. I mean, if you want to pique your curiosity or whatever, how a Nick Nemeth match in Moose would be, Dolph Ziggler versus Moose, if you're interested in that, I would say give it a peek. But the end result, motherfucking Matt Hardy returned to goddamn TNA wrestling, and I do not recommend.
Oh, I would just imagine when I heard that, I just imagined your reaction.
I'm glad we wasn't watching it in the Discord, because everybody would have heard me screaming. Mm-hmm. Everybody would have heard me fucking yelling or whatever, as evidence as the show that we will talk about in a little bit. You can attest to that because you were there hearing me screaming and yelling and shit. Man, but put your eyeballs on there. Give TNA a watch. I mean, they have potential. They always had potential. They misstep, and it's weird. But what you want to roll into next?
There's only a little bit of New Japan stuff, so let's hit that real quick.
Yeah.
Let's see. We just had a New Japan show on the 23rd, I believe it was. There was mostly Bullet Club War Dogs versus LIJ matches.
Yeah, and that was the theme of that show.
Yes, and the big thing from that, there was a match between Tetsuya Naito and Drilla Maloney, one of our favorites.
Yes.
And
Drilla, that is, not Naito.
Yes,
Naito's all right, but I like Drilla a lot.
Drilla rules. And this match really showed he's
what we were talking about.
Yeah, and he's heavyweight size. He's not, he's the same size as Naito is, and he looked good too. Naito let him get some shine in on this match. Mm-hmm. He looked really good in it. But the big thing from this match is referee goes down. David Finlay comes out as a distraction. Mm-hmm. And Jake Lee of Pro Wrestling Noah comes behind Naito and takes him out.
Yeah, because I mean, it stunned me for a second. I was like, is he going to help Naito? Mm-hmm. I said, is he forming an affiliation with LIJ? Because I don't know so much about Noah, but I did recognize his face because that was the first text I immediately sent you when I seen him pop up on screen before he even did anything. I was like, hey, is this the Noah guy?
Yep.
Or whatever. But like, I thought that he was aligning himself with LIJ, which he did in the form of fucking knees and feet to the fucking face of Naito.
Yes. Just blast him in the face with his foot. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, okay. And then like, I thought, and another reason why I asked that question, I thought that his contract was up with Noah. So he might have been making the jump over.
I don't think his contract's been a little weird. I know there's been a couple times where it seems like he might go somewhere else. He's in that same boat as like a couple guys in that company where, especially during that time where Muda was on top, there were a lot of guys who were considering leaving because there just wasn't any place for them because Muda wanted to be in the main event. But it seems like everybody's pretty safe now, but I think this is
except for Kiyomiya.
Well, he actually is starting to get some shine again, so I think he's going to be okay. But yeah, Jake Lee, he's interesting. I'm not going to say he's the best wrestler you've ever seen that's going to come out of Pro Wrestling Noah.
Mm-hmm. And it's weird to me too that a man of his stature and everything, and ethnicity with the name Jake Lee. It's just,
Yeah.
it's funny as fuck. I was like, because if I see a card, no pictures and nothing, just a name, and I see Jake Lee, I say, oh, it's American.
Yeah.
I
don't actually know where he's from. I don't know that for sure. But he also looks kind of awkward in a t-shirt. Just a little bit. He has kind of a weird build to him. But
he's still a big man, but still.
he is. But yeah, so he's aligned himself with the War Dogs for the moment. Apparently it's just for Naito, to take out Naito. That's apparently what his mission statement has been. So he's been added to, I think, at least the next card where they're doing a 10-man tag. He's replacing I think he's replacing Gato in the 10-man tag against LIJ.
That's good.
So it seems like they're building stuff for doing inter-promotional stuff, because building stuff for inter-promotional stuff for all together. And it, like I said to you when we were texting, it would not surprise me to see him in a G1 spot.
I want that. I want more mingling. I want more food to touch for these G1s or whatever. I mean, it don't even have to be a lot of people. I mean, it could just be like
just one guy from each company
3.
or something. Just
I mean, just like 3 outside of the standard people that they put in there every fucking year. Because like that's what I'm starting to see now. I mean, the G1 used to be exciting to me or whatever, even with like the roster as is. Not even important outside talent. The G1 when I first started watching New Japan was awesome, but now it's just like, we need to spice this up a little bit. We need some seasoning on this. So like the shit like Best of Super Juniors, when you add Ninja Mac in there, hell yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you're used to the roster so much. You're like, I'd like to see something else.
True.
And I think Jake Lee being, because most New Japan people probably, especially New Japan watchers in America, probably don't know Jake Lee very much. So that's something new and interesting. I think that would be very cool.
Yes. I want all the smoke. I want all the Lee. I want all the Jake.
The other, let me pull this up because I have the press release thing here. That Stardom is now under the New Japan banner.
Like all the way.
Yes. They are no longer separate under Bushi Road. They are now owned, I believe it is owned directly by the New Japan offices now. So everything from the roster to the scheduling is all going to be done by one group now. So there's not going to be 2 shows, a Stardom show and a New Japan show going on in 2 different places at the same time. No. And you're going to be able, theoretically, you're going to be able to have more crossover with Stardom on these shows now.
Okay, so like, do you feel like how they building up to what's the next thing we're doing here for New Japan?
Next up, we got Dantaku.
All right, so Dantaku potentially, so like the Road 2 shows or whatnot, we can see more Stardom talent on some of these cards. Maybe
it would not surprise me at all. I mean, definitely, I think the big shows you'll definitely start getting more of that. I think they're. Like the next few shows, I think right through Best Super Juniors, they're pretty booked. I think post that, I think you will start seeing more of that crossover.
Yeah, I mean, you could sacrifice a couple of them multi-man matches. Yeah, get some ladies in there.
Yeah, just do the Stardom multi-man, because those are the difference between a Stardom multi-man match.
Most of their knees work.
Match, is that too. The difference in a Stardom one and a New Japan one is vastly different. Because they bring the Stardom Trios matches as good a main event as any main event you're going to get. So that's really, and the big thing I'm hoping from that is that eventually they move these streaming services together. That would be huge because
I think you said the one for Stardom was shit, right?
Oh, it's terrible. It's gotten a little better, but it's still nowhere near the other ones because. Like for Wrestle Universe with Pro Wrestling Noah, TJPW is under that. It's right there. You can access it whenever you want, and it's uploaded pretty quickly. Versus Stardom's sometimes takes a while, and it's not always the most efficient thing to use. But if you could put that under the New Japan World stuff, it'd be a huge bump in eyes to the product, if nothing
Yeah.
else.
Do you think they keep the same price point, or they up that fee?
If they upped it by a couple bucks, because that's what Wrestle Universe did. I think they bumped it up by like $3 when they
That ain't
added the
bad.
stuff. Yeah, so like I don't think that'd be any huge difference really, and I'd certainly pay that to get Stardom consistently on a streaming service.
Yeah, especially if Megan Bang gonna stick around or whatever, toss
I
around them
mean,
little girls.
I feel like she's making her way towards
Making her
AEW.
way
It feels like
downtown, walking
because
fast.
I think she just she's
What?
doing a couple of GCW shows. I think.
Well, yeah, she just did a couple of those or whatnot. But
Mhm.
like, also, I mean, she was AEW bound before her knee injury
Mhm.
and whatnot, and that kind of like threw her off course and whatnot. They kind of didn't pursue the deal after that. Then she healed up and went back and started doing Stardom shit, just
Yeah,
working her way back that way.
and
But
that worked out really well with Mariah May.
mhm.
If I were AEW, if I find any people that I think are interesting, I send them over to Stardom for 6 months and let them get
Let
some
them
reps in.
cook.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I feel like, I mean, I don't even know a lot about a product, but from what I've seen, just like even in gifts or just like people talking about it or whatever, I mean, for a woman's wrestler, I think that would be a good way to cut your teeth,
Mhm.
moving forward and whatnot. Just get the training and the
Well, there's a lot
experience
of
of
people
doing that.
who did that, even like not just with the company. They just like Zoe Lucas did it. Tony Storm did it. Randy Rhodes did it. Didn't work as well. Not not everybody succeeds. Who else? Jamie Hayter. I mean, there's a bunch of people,
Mhm.
especially from the UK, that went through Stardom to really get some reps with that kind of style, and it helped them
Mhm.
tremendously.
And I like another thing that I've been seeing lately from a lot of the female indie talent. They've been going work with the New Japan Dojo,
Mhm,
stateside, LA Dojo or whatnot. So
mhm.
I mean, that's cool. So like I seen like Viva Bam going over that way. What's my girl name? Trisha Dora went over that way for a little bit. I mean, she does some work with Stardom too, right? Every now and then.
I think she
Or
did.
was that
Yeah,
TJ Elemental P or whatever? I forget what the other one name is. But I know she did some stuff in Japan. But I know
Mhm.
also that she
I
did
think
some
I,
stuff
I
at
think
the
I think
dojo.
Trish did TJPW. I think.
Yeah. And then there's another girl that I just started tracking on my indie radar or whatever. I forget her name, but she's starting to do some work with the New Japan Dojo as well. And then like there's like Tootie Lane and all kinds of these other girls and whatnot. Just I'm excited for what's to come.
If when you learn that style, you can kind of work anybody,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just kind of what it seems like the way women's wrestling is going. It's looking more and more, even over here, it's looking almost exactly like the men's style at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard hitting and fast, and it's just more interesting to watch. Because like you just had that match a couple weeks ago with Tony Storm and Azumi, and people were like, "Holy shit, this is great! Where
And
has this been?"
I will never stop saying it. Every time you say Azumi, I think
I
about a
know.
little dog. Pew 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 pew. Zoomies.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that I'm very excited for that news. But I think
Mhm.
as far as New Japan goes, that's we still got a couple shows coming up that we got the Taku shows with Moxley and Narita and all that kind of stuff. So
Now let's address the elephant in the room from this last New Japan show that we was just talking about.
mhm.
When Tanahashi gonna sit his ass down?
It's a good
I mean,
question.
he has presidential responsibilities. You need to
Mhm.
focus on that shit, not filling in the ring doing this damn 6-man tag shit.
Yeah,
Nah,
because that last High Fly Flow was
that was high fly no.
yes.
That was real fly low.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
I mean, I it's got to be soon.
Yeah, he can't hide it anymore, man. It's like there's nothing he could do to mask that anymore
Mhm.
outside of hardcore matches, and that's not going to even work.
No, because last time he did one of those, he was out for 6 months.
Yeah, well, maybe that need to be the catalyst to get his ass on.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's like
It's
Tenzan.
sad, man.
Oh, I tell you that. When was the last time we saw Tenzan? When was he on a card last? I don't remember. Him and Makabe, like it seems like most of his dads are kind of gone now.
Yeah,
Like you rarely ever see him.
Yeah, it's only just in a pinch.
Yeah, it's like if somebody drops off a card, like Kojima's, basically Kojima and Suzuki and Nagata are the only ones left.
Well, shit, Kojima in the States, he MLW champion.
Yeah,
eating all the bread and shit.
As far as the dads go, yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't remember the last time I saw most of them. So and it seems like New Japan's moving away from that style of your undercard thing.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I am glad. Because I really want Desperado, Doki, goddamn freaking, who else we was talking about? I mean, yeah, I'm always on the Yoda Suji train. But
yeah.
Just more of those people to start hyping it up, man. And I'm interested to see what happens when Watto get back. Just to see, because I know that gimmick is scratched now. It's got to be gone. It's got to be.
You would hope that they'll do something new, yeah.
The only thing that would piss me off, and I would laugh at the same time, when he came back, they rolled his ass into the house of torture.
Oh God.
That would be fucking hilarious, and I would cry and laugh at the same time.
Yeah, I said it was like I said. What was it, last week we did it?
Yeah,
House of Tortures. It kind of works for everybody except for Evil, so maybe it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. I was like, we did just say it's doing wonders for the young guys, but Evil was just kind of like.
So maybe that's where that stable needs to go. Maybe it just needs to be a young guy thing. Who knows?
They'll get rid of Yujiro and Evil and just kind of take it over themselves.
I forgot Yujiro was still in that.
Yeah. You can't forget the Tokyo Pimp, man.
Yeah. Well, he hadn't had
Bunny there in a while. Muffin.
Yeah.
Man, I miss her. I follow her on Instagram though, so I don't miss it too much.
But yeah, I think the time is about caught up to Tanahashi, and it will. I think it's about. I would, if you told me this next Wrestle Kingdom he wrestles a retirement match, it wouldn't shock me at all.
Yeah, because like for real, when you're in a position that he's in now, like business wise, don't put your ass in the ring. You need to sit behind that desk and tighten up that product.
Yeah, and also he knows that company at its worst. He knows the company at its best. So if there's anybody gonna keep the ship going, he's probably the guy to do it.
That's probably why you don't see a lot of those other guys on there except for him.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, but if anybody can do that job, it would. He's probably the guy.
Word. Well, what else?
I'm trying to think. Is there anything New Japan related? Because most of the stuff we'll cover next time for best Super Junior stuff, because it's all happening within the next 2.5 weeks or so. So do we want to hit Dynasty?
This is my Dynasty. That's the theme music. There you go. I got the card right here. We got the pre-show kicking it off with a newly villainized Trent Beretta versus
that piece of shit Trent Beretta.
Yeah. Versus Matt Sydal, which he caught a stray trying to be a friendly helper and whatnot. Trent got his ass with a chair. It was him and Christopher Daniels, wasn't it? Just whipped their ass.
Yes. Yeah.
So this spawned a match on the pre-show.
Yeah, this is the only match I didn't catch. I got there just after this match ended.
Yeah. I think I had it on in the background. I wasn't really paying attention or whatever, but it was just Trent Beretta showing his heel style, heel tactics and whatnot. So it was what it was. I guess you should look at it if you want to know results, because I don't. And then the results that I have is not results. It's just a card.
So, I got the results for you if you need them.
All right. Who won that? Trent, right?
Trent wins.
All right. Next on the pre-show, we had Katsuyori Shibata versus Shane Taylor Productions.
Shibata and Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
I missed this match too. That's right. I missed the first two.
What should we call this group? Because they're not the best friends anymore, but it's Orange Cassidy and Shibata. They've been tagging quite frequently. So should we call this Orange Bata, Shibata Orange, Cassidy Bata, Kachiori Orange?
Um, I got nothing better than that. Well,
Orange PK. There
I don't
you
hate
go.
it. I don't hate it.
That's what I like. Orange PK. Yeah, but Shane Taylor with his childbearing hips got in there and started wrestling people and whatnot. Previous, I think Shibata and Shane Taylor have some beef and whatnot that they kind of addressed here in this match. And I didn't really put too much stock in this as well because I don't think I was doing shit doing the pre-show. I think I was just prepping for the main card. I might have had it running in the background, but not fully paying attention. But who won that? Shane Taylor and them, right?
No, Shibata Norsey won.
They did? Okay, all right. I'm thinking about the other match that I'm be vehemently pissed at. Next week on the pre-show, we had Bullet Club Gold versus the Acclaimed to unify the ROH 6-man tag and the AEW 6-man tag titles. What'd you think? Did you see this?
I did. Yeah, that's where I got in.
Yeah.
It was a basically. It's one of those matches. It's the match you expect it's going to be. It's going to be your normal 6-man spots. Billy Gunn beats the shit out of everybody because he's old and strong and
I don't know strength.
Yeah. I thought everybody looked pretty good in this match. I mean it was a really good not opener but pre-show match. I'm always going to be a fan of Jay White. I think he always brings it.
And I'm just like, I like how just about everything that I fantasy booked or just kind of looked at and it's starting to come to fruition. I was like, these motherfuckers are going to unify these belts at one time and just like make one official set of 6-man tag titles. I don't know if they're going to do that, but they are in the process. It looks that way to where, because AEW has been marked as a t-shirt company and also now a fucking title company or whatever, a belt company or whatever. Because, oh man, you got good grades on your report card. Let's give him the AEW honor roll championship. There you go. We're just making belts because and shit, whatever. The Owen Hart tournament got a belt at the end. I mean, it's not defended like a traditional title, but you get one. You know, Oprah is in this bitch. You get a title. You get a title. You get a title. And I only point that out because I hear so many people bitch about it, especially 3 other people that I sit in front of a computer with semi-frequently or whatnot. So it's just like that thought is in my mind. But me personally, I don't give a shit. As long as the motherfuckers wrestling, making money, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But this was a fine match. And the end result gave us Bullet Club Gold as your undisputed 6-man tag team champions.
Yep. Guns up.
Guns up. I say that to Mr. too. My guns up.
Oh God. Yes, that ends that. I assume at least that ends that feud.
I hope so.
Yeah, because it's been going on a little for at least a couple months now. I think it's run its course.
I mean, hell, I don't even want these titles on Bullet Club Gold. And, in all actuality, in all seriousness, I want Jay White to be doing Jay White shit, not this goofy goober thing that he got going on.
I do think it's a nice placeholder for him to be on the show, have a title, be interesting while he's not in the main event, because I don't think there's a spot for him right this second with what they're doing.
And that's also a thing too. It's like, I have no inside knowledge. I have no scoops or whatever. I'm just a guy that loves professional wrestling, loved professional wrestling all my life and just, want to enjoy all the things. And that's part of the thing with people. I see people that do podcasts or just people who talk in general about it. We always put our feelings on the people that we enjoy the most. We always want the best for them.
Yeah.
But it's like when you logically can't do that. I mean, truth be told, you own a company, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
But, you just can't do everything that everybody wants, because if you did that, I mean, what would you have left? What would you have to strive for? What would you have to build? I mean, all right. So I want Swerve to be the champion. It has come to pass, which we will talk about here shortly. But like, I also want Ospreay to be the champion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have them knock him off next week, and then, all right, what did we accomplish? I mean, what was the point in that? You know, it's just like, all right, then now after that, I want Switchblade to be champion. All right, put the title on him. All right, so what do we do now?
Yeah, then nothing means anything.
You know, so yeah, I would like to see him doing world class shit, but you know, this is fine for now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that would roll us into the card proper, then, right?
Yep, main show.
Main show. We got Kazuchika Okada opening the show versus Pac. What did you think of this?
This was fire.
Mm-hmm.
This was so good. I mean, if you told me AEW is going to sign Okada, then he's just going to be opening the show, I'm like, well, what is he opening this? Should he be a main event guy? Not if he's pulling this stuff off.
Mm-hmm.
He can he can open a show anytime, especially with Pac.
Mm-hmm.
And these two, I mean, that's one of those matches that you book in, you know, EWR or something, and you're like, oh, this is a dream match. This will get a, you know, 5 stars.
I have literally simulated this match in Fire Pro Wrestling.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, they'll never be in the same company. That'll never happen. This is a legit dream match show here. And it was everything I wanted it to be. I mean, you got, especially with Okada as the heel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how good is he? Like we've said it before, he's so much better as a heel than he is as a babyface.
Mm-hmm. And you know why? Because here he doesn't have to speak. He just has to show up and perform, and he let the Bucks do all the work. So
yeah,
I mean,
this is true. Not that he does. Like, he's
not that he can't.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
He doesn't have to. He just lets the work say it for him.
Mm-hmm. And I wish a lot more people would adopt that philosophy.
Yeah, that's one of those things where somebody's, you know, people are like, well, everybody needs to know how to speak. Not necessarily. Some people.
Not if you do it right.
Yes, some people give them a manager and let them speak for them. You know.
Or shit, you don't even need that. Look at Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
He hardly says anything.
Yeah.
You know, just like he comes out there, do his thing, and he gets the fuck out.
And everybody gets it.
And you know what? Another example of that as well, ain't like a guy that can show up and do something and it be meaningful and he don't have to say shit. Currently, Tama Tonga.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to cut any promos. He doesn't have to say shit. He just got to come out there, do his job, and go the fuck home. For now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So people should adopt that philosophy.
Yeah, I agree. But this one.
So this match contained 2 failed Black Arrows, and they each one more devastating than the next.
Yes.
So he just flat out missed one. Okada rolled out of the way, and then the other one came down so hard, so fast on knees, and that was like, ugh.
Yeah, that's just. There's no way to do that and not just suck.
Mm-hmm. Let me address something else.
Yeah.
As a world renowned, as a high praised as a Kazuchika Okada is, you know, everybody, you know, get on him because like, oh, he has the best drop kick in the business. It's just like, it looks that way because he's fucking 6'4". He doesn't have to jump high. Just like a big long bastard in the air horizontal, you know.
I mean, you still got to be able to direct it, though. I mean, you could be 6'4" and just throw an ugly drop kick that looks like shit.
Who?
There are not a lot of 6'4" guys that throw, honestly. I
guess he's cornered the market on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you were saying when we were in the Discord. You know, the guy he gets compared to with that is Orton.
Yeah,
and you know, you could make the argument as to who's better.
Now, that would be an interesting match, though, if it ever happened. I mean, we're in a phase of professional wrestling that we can't ever say something is impossible.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be a crazy match to see Randy Orton versus Kazuchika Okada.
Mm-hmm.
That would be wild. Anyway, Okada wins.
Yeah. The other spot that I think is really notable is the Rainmaker spot,
Mhm.
where
Oh yeah, with
Okada is about to do the big, give the people what they
Rainmaker
want, zoom out,
pose. Yeah,
and he just gives them the finger. That
that shit
long
was
ass finger.
wild, man. That I think he's been doing finger exercises. I think he had like finger extension surgery or whatever. Because that finger was abnormally long. It was just like 2 fingers on top of 2 fingers.
Yeah. But yeah, whatever he was doing, I was like, whatever we watched, I was like, oh, give the people what they want, and then boom, it just great heel work.
So like instead of zooming out, it zoomed in on his finger and shit. That shit was wild. I like that
perfect.
a lot. I hope he don't do it all the time because that would take away from that moment.
just in the big matches, yeah. But yeah, Okada wins, retains the Continental title, and yeah, I'm excited to see who he faces next because they've been putting him in really good spots to look like Okada, like the guy that you think he's gonna be.
And to this point in the card, I say this because they were predominantly in this one spot at one time. Jay White, New Japan talent, title holder. Kazuchika Okada, New Japan talent, title holder. All right. So next on the card, we got House of Black versus Adam Copeland, Eddie Kingston, and Mark Briscoe. This was a 6-man tag title match. I mean, not tag title, but a 6-man tag match with 3 of the opponents holding title championships. Adam Copeland with the TNT title, Mark Briscoe with the ROH World title, and Eddie Kingston with the New Japan Strong title.
Yep.
So you had 3 champions versus 3 black guys.
Jesus.
Hey, that House of Black, they're the black guys.
Yeah, they are.
All have B's in their name. Malachi Black, Brody King, Buddy Matthews. 3 B's.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
3 blacks, 3 B's. There you go.
Yep. I'll let you say all of that.
But this was cool to see Adam Copeland mix it up with Malachi Black. And, we've seen him fight Brody King already, but also to get a little taste of Buddy Matthews. So that's a cool pairing. There were a lot of
cool visuals in this match of those matchups. Yeah.
Then Eddie Kingston just running around all willy-nilly slapping the shit out of people. I mean, he's the everyman.
That's just what he does.
But anything notable in this match to you? Because it was just a fine match.
Yeah, it was just a good, solid trios match. I mean, it's what it's one of the things AEW is very good at is booking these trios matches. They're always pretty smart about how they position them. In the card, and then what spots they're going to do. Who's going to do somebody else's move where it looks cool. All things like that. Yeah, was it the best match on the card? No, but it was really good. I think it's going to be a theme with the show, barring one exception. It's just the wrestling is just tremendous on this card.
And then nothing really stuck out to me because I'm like the memories are fading from this card since the last seen this and whatnot. And I know we was just having a ball in the Discord and shit, just fucking off and whatnot or whatever. But was there anything that stuck out to you in this match other than Adam Copeland getting misted in the face?
I was going to bring that up. Yeah, that'd be the big one. In the end, he gets misted by Malachi, and the one thing we all said was, "Oh, here comes the lore."
Yeah, I know, man. When it happened, y'all heard me in the Discord. I was like, "Oh fuck!" I was like, "This goofy bitch Edge or whatever. You gonna form the House of Judgment Day or some shit here in AEW or some shit. You gonna start turning into fucking Demon Edge Copeland or some shit. I don't know, like Soul Calibur or something. You gonna get the Soul Edge and shit."
It happens every time. Like Willow got misted, and now she does Brody King's bark.
Yeah, she does Brody King's bark, but she is such a pure being of goodness or whatever. She burned out the evil.
But there's still a little bit there, so she's still part of the lore. So what is going to happen to Adam Copeland? How is he going to
adapt to the
Yeah.
mist. I'm not. LOL. Do not like. Speaking of Willow Nightingale, the next match we have on the card would be Willow Nightingale versus Julia Hart for the TBS title, which is the first subpar 10-minute, second subpar 10-minute match that we've had so far. Trent Beretta started the show at 8 minutes and 13 seconds. This match was only 6 minutes and 1 second.
Yeah, I just thought I didn't realize it was that short because it was a good match. It was a nice little sprint.
Wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, it got everything done it needed to. And Willow Nightingale is your new TBS champion.
And Julia Hart cried.
She did.
Like a baby.
She had a great title run.
Yeah, I
mean, she was
from the time she started. We would have never thought it would have ever gotten to this point.
No, she improved wildly over the course of that run.
Yes, very much so.
And so Willow, we will end up facing Mercedes Moné at a Double or Nothing.
May 26th.
Yes.
Closer than I thought.
Yeah. It's more than likely she's going to be one of the few transitional champions in AEW, which they don't have a whole lot of to this point.
She was when she was the strong champion, to be honest.
Yeah. Because I don't think she
got hurt.
I don't think she was supposed to win that match.
No. I knew it. You knew it. Yeah. We knew it.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it is what it is.
It kind of sucks just because Willow's great. The character's great, her work is great, but she's just kind of in that position where that's where they need her.
Yeah, and that does suck.
But also, I don't hate, like I said before, I don't hate the idea of a transitional champion. Sometimes that's kind of you give somebody who deserves to have a reign, a month-long reign. Like Mick Foley's reigns were never more than, I don't think he ever had one more than like a month and change ever as a world champion. But he's still one of the best of all time. It doesn't matter that he never had a 6-8 month title reign. So I don't really have a problem with transitional champions as long as they make sense.
Yeah, I mean, we don't. You don't need forever Reigns or Roman Reigns or whatever. So, I mean, it makes sense. But like, I can understand a long reign if you don't have a solid plan moving forward. You shouldn't just be trading titles just to trade titles, or whatever. But if you have like a plan, which you probably didn't have a plan for Willow other than to get her to the match with Mercedes Moné with some stakes on the line, hell. You might as well drop the title if you don't have anything beyond that point.
Yeah, just in general, just have just a 2-3 month reign and then move to somebody else just to freshen things up every once in a while.
Yeah. Word. And what also sucks about these companies in certain aspects is like you have such a wealth of talent that somebody has to lose, and more often than not, it'll be the person that you don't want to. But it'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
A match that I was meh on was Roderick Strong versus Kyle O'Reilly for the International Championship.
Now you were met on before the match or just on the actual match?
I don't like Roderick Strong.
Lord.
I like Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah.
But it was just like the match was good. I'm not going to poo-poo on it, but it's just like it didn't give me that buzz. It didn't give me that feeling that I was looking for or whatever. But it was all right match.
Yeah, I can get that. I mean, it was a classic ROH.
Oh yeah,
2010, 2012 main event.
Definitely.
If you put on that match on an old ROH DVD, it's gonna basically look like that. And I enjoyed that. That I love that type of wrestling. That style does it for me.
And you'll never get your Best of Matt Taven DVD.
But yeah,
Oh, man.
I enjoyed it a lot. Like I said, if that type of style is what you like, you're gonna love
Yes.
this match.
If you like backbreakers, there's
Yes.
backbreakers aplenty.
If you like backbreakers and kicks, you're gonna get all of that.
It's just fucking M6 and M7 vertebrae are all shifted 3 centimeters each.
Yes.
Ah, shit. But yeah, Roger Strong eked out that victory. He is still your international champion, which would Willow Nightingale technically kind of be New Japan talent?
I mean,
I mean, she was New Japan Strong talent.
Yeah.
And she did some work with New Japan Strong.
I mean, so technically.
So kind of shoehorn or whatever. So that is another New Japan talent with a title in AEW. And then here we are, Roderick Strong. If Kyle O'Reilly won, I would have said New Japan talent because of him and Red Dragon.
We're stretching now. Yeah, we're stretching now.
I'm just reaching now. Just bullshitting. I'm just reaching. Speaking of sorry sons of bitches, Chris Jericho versus Hook in a match that did not need to happen. And since it did happen, the result was bullshit.
And if I remember correctly, you had gone to get ice cream at this point?
Yes, I did. I left to get ice cream. I think I got me a drink or two. And
I believe, if I remember correctly, almost dropped your ice cream in the toilet.
Yes. So let me tell you. I can give you some visual representation about how that would have happened. So I had you familiar with the drumsticks, right? The cones with the Nutty Buddy joints or whatever. Yeah. So it comes in like the wrapped plastic or what or cardboard or whatever. So I had it in my teeth.
Yeah.
While I'm doing my thing, and I felt it slip, and I was like, I had my stuff in my hand, so I couldn't reach up and grab my shit because I would have flung piss all over the walls and everything. But yeah, I'm like, almost dropped my ice cream in the toilet and shit. So
it was worth it for the visual.
So children, don't bring your ice cream into the bathroom, which I was scolded for in our Discord. Oh man, I was so pissed. I also worked on my creative wrestler during this time too,
and gave him all the flatliners.
Yes. My avatar in WWE 2K24 is a bald black man with a beard, and his signature moves are stomp related. So like he does the cave in. He does like that big high stump that Kofi does. He does the coup de grace. He does Steph Rollins stump. And he does Grayson Waller has a stump move as well. So I have those moves equipped for my signatures. And for all my finisher variants, I have all flatliners. So I have a rolling thunder flatliner. I have the little Jimmy variant flatliner. I have the elevated drop flatliner. I have the traditional freaking collar and elbow flatliner. I have all the flatliners equipped for my black wrestler because that is our adopted move. Yes, excellent. Fuck Chris Jericho.
Yeah, but we have to at least address a little bit of the match.
Let's address it. Let's address it. They booed the shit out of this man. Then all you listen to me. All you goofy motherfuckers. Look at me in the camera. He's like, oh, it's because he got heat. That's what they wanted to do. He's the bad guy. He's a dumb, sorry son of a bitch. They was booing because how else at a wrestling show are you gonna do that? You can say that, or you can sit there and be quiet. You ain't gonna do that at a fucking wrestling show. You can't even sit 3 goddamn seconds without a motherfucking going, woo, or yeah, or some dumb shit like that. So goddamn well, a wrestling fan ain't gonna keep his goddamn mouth shut at a goddamn wrestling show. So you's a stupid son of a bitch for thinking that line of logic or whatever. Chris Jericho is garbage, hot shit, fucking soggy bag of ice cream. Because I just had ice cream and it made me think of it or whatever. But that's what he looked like. He looked like a melting ass cone in a fucking plastic sack. Sorry, son of a bitch. Top tier ballot Hall of Famer. You can But as of now, currently 2024, hot garbage. To steal a phrase from Paul Griffin, dog shit.
Oh.
If you want to talk positives, go ahead, because I'm not taking any part in that.
No, that was about as brutal a crowd reaction as I've seen in a while. I mean, there was Go Home Jericho? Is that what it was?
Please retire.
Please retire. There was a please retire. That was awful.
Yeah. That was the one that stuck out in my mind. There was probably more.
Others. Yeah, there were a couple others. But he's like, here's the like, just from a match perspective, it was okay. Like it wasn't anything to write home about.
Yeah, but nobody wanted to see that shit.
Yeah, and here's the thing: they almost pulled it off. They almost got this match right because it looked like Hook was going to win,
and he should have.
And then Jericho puts over Hook, and you're like, okay, if this was just to put over Hook over a veteran and get a big win, cool, that's great. Unfortunately, Jericho said, "I'm sorry," and then threw a back elbow into his face and pinned him.
Yeah, sorry, son of a bitch.
And I don't know who that helps.
Not us.
Because it doesn't help Hook. It doesn't help Jericho because nobody wanted to see it.
He looked good in defeat. He looked good in defeat. You stupid son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Like I was saying earlier, this card had some of the best wrestling top to bottom that you're going to see. With the exception of this match.
Yeah.
And basically everything that happened in it that wasn't done by Hook. Yeah, I don't know, because on the on Dynamite last night, he's starting a whole new thing where obviously he's not going away.
No. So, and then here goes some more dumb motherfuckers. Oh, he's leaning into the gimmick. He knows that people doesn't like him. I'm like, no, you stupid sons of bitches. Motherfuckers don't like him. And he just like, all right, this is what I'll say about Chris Jericho. Hall of Famer. Once again, I'll never take that away from him. I'll never, diminish any of his accolades or whatever. He beat Stone Cold and motherfucking who else? The Rock. On the same night, and all this other cool shit. One of the probably the best debuts ever, in wrestling and whatnot, with the Y2K countdown clock and all that other bullshit. I mean, I can go on and on about some of the great contributions that he's given to this business. Hell, I accredit him for the movement for AEW and just the business of professional wrestling as is right now, where wrestlers are taking their own career in their hands and making these own decisions.
Completely
like how
changed.
He did. When he went to New Japan and did shit or whatever, and just some of the sporadic indie stuff that he's done or whatever that rejuvenated that market and whatnot. So I give him all the praise and credit for that shit, because he is putting forth, the at that time, the young talent, and like bigging up wrestling, giving back to the thing that gave to him so much. But now he's just taking. He ain't giving shit back right now. Oh, yeah, they're getting the rub because they're working with Jericho. He's a big name. Everybody knows Jericho, but this bitch is sorry. He's big, all right. Big in the gut. Fucking just sorry son of a bitch. They said Fozzy sucks was one of the chants. Retire. Please retire was one of the chants. Just like, that's not no freaking heel heat. That's like, people are telling you what they want.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't fucking get it. But like,
now I'll take issue with one of those chants. Fozzy doesn't suck. Fozzy's actually pretty good.
He is a businessman through and through.
Yes.
He's a goddamn snake oil salesman. Cause like every 3 months, you see it on the dirt sheets and everywhere else, he's trademarked this. And every time you see that shit, some bullshit is about to fucking happen. He is the fucking t-shirt factory, because every time he comes out there and cuts a goddamn promo, a t-shirt is made. Because royalties, copyrights, trademarks, he owns his own shit or whatever. So that's why anytime you put him out there, they're not using AEW shit. They're using Chris Jericho shit. and he's getting paid for that. A lot of people was bitching and complaining, oh, he'll never work a ROH pay-per-view when he was ROH champion. I said, why the fuck wouldn't he? That's 3 goddamn paychecks he's gonna get. One from AEW, one from ROH, and because he worked from behind the scenes. So this dude is getting all the guap. Why the fuck would he do that? Yeah, stupid. He's smart for his pockets, but he ain't giving us shit right now. He's done things then, but he ain't doing shit right now.
Because he used to be the guy that people would talk about. He knows when to go away.
He knows when to go away, but he don't know now. Oh, he's always reinventing himself. He ain't doing that shit now.
I think it might be because he doesn't have any ideas left.
Yeah, he done did it all. There's nothing new in wrestling anymore. You know, it's just twists and variations of things.
He can't reinvent himself to be a high flying wrestler or a tremendous technician like that, because he's just not that guy anymore.
And if you think you think I'm spitting some venom at this motherfucker right now, wait till we get to the main event. I got some more left.
I'm pretty sure you just wanted to record this show because you got a lot of stuff to get off your chest.
Boy, and then you're gonna have, boy, if this was RBR or fucking the next thing, shit, people would be shitting on me right now. They're like, no, you can't say that. You full of shit. Nah, I'm not. It's evident. Come join me in the Discord when we're watching the live show. I'll point out every fucking flaw and make you sit there and think about it or whatever. If you disagree with me, that's fine, but you better have some valid to back it up with, because I'm putting it all out there for you. And I got more. Let's just move on. Fuck Chris Jericho.
We'll take a break. We'll take a break from the anger to get to the AEW Women's Title match. Toni Storm.
I hated this shit.
Rosa.
No, I'll just play. I'll just play.
No, what the hell you didn't. This match ruled.
Nah. Yeah, it was fun.
This was,
and then like, yeah.
Go ahead.
You know, you got it. I've said enough. I gotta take a break.
This is like there are a lot of people that don't like Thunder Rosa. There are a lot of people that
I know at least 2.
Yeah, we do. A lot of people think that she's the shits for some reason, but we've seen her have good matches. It's like she's one of those people that is very dependent on the opponent. Like she's not somebody who's bringing somebody up to her level, but she can raise her level to somebody else. That's something that kind of affects a lot of people, where you'll see them be good a couple times, but why aren't they that consistent? It's because they're not good at leading a match. Something
then,
that
it is like, I don't know. I think it's the thing with Thunder Rosa. I mean, it's not even specifically Thunder Rosa. It's just how we are with the things that we like and the things that we hate. If it's something that I like, I'm going to gush over it no matter what. You know, Brian Keith, Ninja Mac. You know, you hear me talk about them all the goddamn time or whatever. They can do no wrong in my eyes or whatever. And it's the opposite of that when it's somebody you hate. People have a stink, you know, on Thunder Rosa. And just because she has that stink on her, it doesn't matter how good she is in ring, how good her performances are. They're always going to just say she garbage, she boo-boo, she shit or whatever. And like, you heard me just go on a diatribe about Jericho, but that's the opposite of what I just said or whatever. That motherfucker is garbage. He does perform like shit or whatever. It's just like, it's not me coming from a hate standpoint. It's just spitting facts. But anyway, it was a good match.
Yeah, it was a good match. It did what it needed to do. I thought both of them looked really good. I feel like there was a point, especially early in the timeless Tony gimmick, where the matches weren't, where they suffered a little bit because of the gimmick. But I think she's found a really good balance now. Yeah. And I think everything's working just at a really good clip with her now. I think she's found where she needs to be as far as doing character work versus the actual ring work in the matches.
Yeah, I think she's actually found that character now, to where like this was just improv. We need to we're getting into character instead of being the character.
Right.
You know. So I really think she could, because the press conference promo to follow, good shit.
Oh, so yes.
The promo on Wednesday,
Mhm.
good shit.
Yeah.
You know, she's got it now.
Well, actually, I've always been a big fan, but like she's back in WWE, she was handed some shit gimmicks
Mhm,
uh, that she just couldn't. There was nothing for her to do with, and
mhm.
this she, like I said, she gave up a little bit early on to figure out the character, but I think she's killing it. I don't imagine her losing the belts anytime soon.
Until Jamie Hayter gets back.
Yeah, I have to imagine Tony Storm, Jamie Hayter, and Wembley. That's got to be what I feel like. That's where we're going, and that's going to be killer.
Yeah. And then that's just another trope of that company or whatever.
Mhm.
It's just like,
But sometimes
if I
good,
want
though.
you to be the champion, I don't care how long you're away. When you come back, you're gonna be the champion. Statlander,
Yeah, well, but
Hangman.
at least this one,
Goddamn.
Jamie, I mean, Jamie Hayter back home, homecoming match, triumphant champion makes a lot of sense. So,
Mhm. Yeah. If you're
uh,
marked, you're marked.
yeah. Next up,
I'm already clapping.
dear sweet God. Um, so I'll preface this by saying, um, for a number of years now, the best match I've ever seen is Omega Okada 2. It's if you've seen the
Electric
four,
Boogaloo.
yes, they have the 4 match series there.
Mhm,
The 2 is the draw, the hour draw,
mhm,
and I never that match made me reconsider how I felt about draws in wrestling in general. So
mhm,
I was like, if you're gonna put that much time into a thing, why do I want to see a draw? They told a perfect story, and it was a draw. And for
mhm.
years, that's been the mark for me as far as perfect wrestling. Will Ospreay versus Bryan Danielson, dream match. As electric a crowd as you're ever going to see. And they did some shit that blew that match out of the fucking water.
My
This might
God.
be the best match I've ever seen.
It was some good shit, man. And it's just like, fuck. I mean, man. I don't even know what to say, man. It was just
Like,
amazing.
basically,
Good shit. The longest
everything.
match on the card
Yeah,
to
it
even
was
dwarf the
32
goddamn main
minutes.
event.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it earned every single second of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, you had basically, if you imagine something that Osprey versus Danielson might be, they did more than that. I mean, they hit every spot you wanted. They hit spots I didn't want to see, like that suplex from the top, where because it's similar to the spot they hit in that in the one. I don't remember which Okada Omega match. I think it was the first. I think it's the first one where they do an Omega Okada and they do a dragon suplex from the top, and it's just one of the most gnarly landings you'll ever see. Because Okada just lands right on his neck, and it's just ugly. And they do the same thing in this match with a suplex where Danielson suplexes Okada or Osprey. I mean, and I'm just thinking, oh, don't do this spot. This sucks. This is gonna break your neck. And but it's just so epic in a spot in a match like that, and you're like, I guess they're gonna kill themselves, but I guess it's worth it.
Yes, it is for my entertainment. Oh man. Just like the counter wrestling in itself.
Oh,
The
I
s-
mean, it's yeah.
the setup for the hidden blade and whatnot. The freaking just the Busaiku knee that
Oh,
Osprey took to the fucking face, to
oh,
the dome.
yeah, the
So
most
perfect.
yeah the most perfect aim on a knee you've ever seen in wrestling. 'Cause I mean, like, how many crazy matches have we had? Like, just even within the last year, Brian and Zack Sabre Jr. twice in the last year and change. Uh, we've done Osprey Omega. I think it Forbidden Door last year. I think it was. We had Brian Okada and like all these huge matches, and we get to another huge dream match, Brian and Osprey, and it blows even all those just out of the water.
I just I wish he wasn't going away, man. I wish he would have
Listen,
stuck around a little bit
here's the
longer.
thing. He says he's going away. He's also said that he loves lying. So who knows? He
I
may,
love the way you lie.
yeah. I mean, he's not gonna like. He's just, and also it's just he's stopped full time. He's still gonna wrestle,
Mhm.
but is it ever gonna? I would question: is it ever gonna get better than this?
I don't know. I mean, and it's just looking at that roster. I don't see too many people that can generate the level of awesomeness that this match put up, and that's Okada is on this fucking roster.
Yeah. We've also seen both. We've seen Ospreay Okada. We've seen Brian Okada, and they're always great. But there's something about what these two did in this match.
Mhm.
I think it put Ospreay over the top for me. Like as far as who's the best wrestler in the world,
Mhm.
it's Ospreay, and I don't think you can. I don't know who can disagree with that at this point.
And this is another thing too. This was the perfect time to do it because you couldn't have done this with Ospreay 3 years ago. You couldn't have done this with Brian 2 years ago. You know, they are different levels now in their professional wrestling career, and this is like the culmination of all of that.
Yeah, Ospreay wasn't ready. Brian wasn't healthy enough.
Mm-hmm. You couldn't get old skinny Will Ospreay that was the freaking junior heavyweight champion in this match against Brian.
And would it have still been a good match? Sure, but it's not this.
No, because he's evolved so much or whatever from just a dude that was flipping all over the place against Ricochet and shit to what we have here in front of us now.
Yeah, even I've said before, I've watched him since he started in Progress when he's wrestling.
And he's done so much progress.
He has. He's wrestling Jimmy Havoc in hardcore matches. Where still, I'll still say this: Ospreay, Jimmy Havoc in Progress, one of the best told stories I've ever seen in wrestling. But this, I mean, was just spectacular. And then we have the ending that people wanted to try and cry about a little bit, where he hits the Tiger Driver at the end, and Brian starts selling it, and people were saying that he was doing the seizure selling thing. He wasn't. He was writhing around in pain because he was selling a neck injury. Yeah. The one thing people want to try and take away from this match is that ending. I thought it worked fine, especially with the story it seems like they're telling with Ospreay saying that he's retiring the move, which the move's going to come back, and when it does, it's going to be just huge heat because he's going to.
So this is what I'm getting from that is like the way they're laying things out is Ospreay is goody two shoes, and he's trying to, and it's like he's not trying to, but his actions is I can't say the word. It's separating him from that word is separating him from the Don Callis family.
Yes,
so that's the story. That's the picture that they're painting right now. But if you watch Will Ospreay long enough, especially currently, he's a cheeky bastard. And he could probably be like, oh, you thought I was a good guy, but I am not. He pulls off the screen mask, and there's another Will Ospreay mask under it.
And Will Ospreay's a heel is a motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. He did the cutter on his own wife.
Yeah.
Are they even married still? Or are you
no,
on to somebody else?
You're talking about B. Priestley.
B. Priestley.
No, he's with Alex Windsor now.
Who's that?
Alex Windsor. We just saw her on the Strong Show.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right, yeah. Did not know that.
Yeah, they're married.
Sweet. I wonder if you put her in the cutter.
But yeah, I mean, we could go on forever about how great this match was, and that was
But we got a couple more things to cover.
Yeah, we have two more matches that are pretty important. We next up is the ladder match for the AEW tag titles with the Young Bucks versus FTR.
4.
Four. They've had 3 great matches before. This is no different. It was a great match. They had some, huge, especially after having to follow that match. They basically set this up as we're just going to do a bunch of really cool spots and keep people invested, because when you're following a match like that, it'd be really easy to lose a crowd because they're so just dead from being excited for 32 minutes straight. But they held the audience. They put on a really good match. uh, you know, put people through tables and ladders and all the things you do in a ladder match. But the ending is probably the most important thing that happened here. And then the Young Bucks get a hand from the returning scapegoat Jack Perry.
Yeah, what you called.
Uh-huh. And I also, and maybe, I don't know, surprise, not surprise, gets a real big reaction from the audience.
Mm-hmm.
They,
People liking him.
Yeah, they liked him, and he costs FTR the match, and the Young Bucks are your tag champs. Oh no, wait, they did. Yeah, they did. Yes, they did beat them. I was second guess myself for a minute. Yeah, they
cost FTR.
Yeah, cost FTR the belts.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the thing I was, I figured this was happening, but I also, I put this question in the new Discord today. They put that video out with Jack Perry and CM Punk, and then the next week, I guess the next weekend, the New Japan shows in Chicago. If that shows in one of the LA shows, like it was Resurgence instead, where it's not a crowd that's a smarky crowd that is is gonna be all about all that kind of stuff. If it's an LA show, the crowd's fine, but they're not over the top crazy like a Chicago crowd is. Does he get over that much?
Yeah, this is a tough question, man.
Did they just happen to get really lucky and backdoor their way into this being really good?
Yeah, I really think that's what it is, because they really took a big fucking gamble playing that goddamn tape. But and then, like I said,
because when it came out, everybody was.
This is the way I look at it. I mean, people had their thoughts about when that tape came out, but it really, to me personally, I'm only speaking for me, but I don't think there's not people who think this same way. It exposed CM Punk for the bitch ass that he is. He's 40-something years old. That kid is 20-something years old or whatever. That's the age disparity between me and my oldest child. I'm 42. My oldest child is 23. That's when I see that situation, that's what I think of. It's like, that's me beating my child's ass.
Right.
And you're a grown ass man at 40-something years old, to where you let this young kid say words to you, and it brought you to put hands on him.
Right.
Assault this kid. 20-year difference. Assaulting a child, more or less. You 20-something, you still a fucking kid. I don't care what anybody
you don't
says.
know shit. Yeah.
I'm saying that as a father too. So it's just like, you're still a fucking child.
Yeah, when you're 23, you don't know shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, he couldn't even take it at that level either. It's just like, he's just a young, stupid kid. He ain't gonna listen to reason or whatever. And that could have been the end of it. He was like, all right, I said what I said. I got it off my chest. Step away from the situation, go about my business, or whatever. But he chose to put hands on Jack Perry and, assault this young kid. That's some bitch shit. That's some sorry son of a bitch. He wouldn't did that to Samoa Joe if it was Samoa Joe in the Jack Perry position.
Yeah.
Or it would have went a hell of a lot different. But like, and I try to put myself on the other side of it. He might have got hot and, he did what he did. But like, if I'm Jack Perry and I'm talking shit to him or whatever, that's highly disrespectful to your elder or whatnot. Or just like somebody that's just a veteran in the business or whatnot. That goes for jobs, anything. It's not just professional wrestling, anything or whatnot. But like, by law, he is an adult. He makes his own money. He takes care of his own shit. So he has the right to his opinion. But there's a way you go about that or whatnot. But he did not warrant, I don't think, nobody to put their hands on him. And then there's like, oh, he whipped his ass and all this other shit. He couldn't do anything because like, he got pushed. And before he could really react to the situation or whatever, there were people throwing hands in there and getting in the way and shit. And Punk is choking the kid or whatnot. CM Punk's a bitch too. I don't care if he is the best in the world, because he ain't. He's not garbage. Anymore. Sorry, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But people will suck his penis. because he's CM Punk and shit.
Yeah.
Bitch ass motherfucker.
Mhm.
Anyway, Jack Perry's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Like I said on the last show, I think Jack Perry benefited from that video more than anybody.
Yeah, I did not expect that reaction in Chicago. I thought there was going to be like trash and chairs thrown behind fucking CM Punk because he's from Chicago.
And there was a little bit of anti-Jack Perry, but the majority of the crowd was pro Jack Perry in a Chicago show.
Yeah, for real.
That shows you how bad Punk fucked up.
Mhm.
But you know, it's like I said, if that happens, if that show's in LA and not Chicago, I don't know what that reaction is. I don't know if it's
they fumbled the bag on that if they would have did that.
Yeah, I don't know if that video ends up mattering the way it does now, and getting a guy over like that, because he's over, like, period, in the story. And that it kind of made him for at least a moment.
Yeah,
and now he's the top act with the top act in the company.
Yeah, now it's just all about follow up. How do they pivot from here? I mean, there can be some stuff said about what happened Wednesday, but we still got other shit going on.
Yeah.
Let's get to that main event, man.
Young
Bucks win.
And now I might have to drop out for another couple minutes because we got Swerve versus the AEW World Champion Samoa Joe. What you got for me?
Say what you got to say, man. Say what you got to say.
Listen, this match did exactly what it needed to do. We have a new world champion in Swerve Strickland. Well deserved.
Yep.
Very happy for him. Been following him for forever. I'm really happy that he's at the top of the mountain. He's the face of the company. He performed tremendously. He worked a really good match. There was a little slip up at the end that
pivoted real well.
They recovered from very quickly and very well, and it still worked just fine. And then the celebration after was so much fun. However, his opponent in this match was Samoa Joe. And B-Rob, take it away.
Oh, you want to pass that baton, huh?
Yes, I do.
So, Kaz, this isn't the only show that you got to like hear me speak about Samoa Joe's performance. I mean, when I say, you know, you heard me speak about his performance, like we've been in other shows with Samoa Joe performing in Discord, and we got to talk live as things
about what he does and how he performs.
Yeah. So like, I was not surprised by the end result, but I was somewhat disappointed. Let me explain. I talk cash money shit about Samoa Joe in his current iteration. He is nowhere near the Samoa Joe of old. And I will also say, as I would say with Jericho, for everything that he has done in his career, he deserves a spot in the Hall of Fame. Anybody's Hall of Fame. GCW, TNA, WWE, anybody. You know, bona fide superstar. He is deserved of that accolade. But Samoa Joe, currently in 2024, get the fuck out of here. Him and Jericho can get on the same short bus and ride the fuck out this bitch. So when I say I was disappointed, last time me and you had a live Discord for a Samoa Joe match, I called every spot that Samoa Joe would do in every situation Samoa Joe would do it. Did I or did I not?
Yes, you did.
And I can even remember, and I don't remember a lot of shit, but I do remember you saying that, damn, I think I see what you're saying about Samoa Joe. I am glad to pull that veil off from over your head, man, so you can see the shittiness of what we have in 2024 Samoa Joe. But what I feel disappointed about is I didn't even get half of the shit that I got called last time or whatever. Everything that I said Samoa Joe would do here, he did not do. He did a third of what he would have done normally in any other match. I thought that since this was a match of high caliber stakes, that Samoa Joe would show up and show out. I thought there would be more suicide dives. I thought there would be more plunder on the outside of the ring. I thought there would be more aggression and, violence from Samoa Joe. And there was none of that. There was Samoa Joe lethargic in the middle of the fucking ring, just throwing punches, just throwing chops, just throwing punches, a couple kicks, a little bit of this, one muscle buster, and just being a slog all over the fucking ring. So, like, when I'm sitting there giving my analysis of this match with other people in the Discord, it made me feel like a fucking fool because he didn't do anything that I said he was going to do. He did less, which further proves my fucking point that he does not need to be in the fucking squared circle. Mm-hmm. He needs to sit his old ass down somewhere. And I'll keep harkening back to WWE shit. There was a reason they let that man go. Mm-hmm. They saw it. They saw the writing on the wall. You could say as Vince McMahon thought he was fat or some bullshit like that. Nah, it was something else. And it's evident from his time coming to AEW that this dude need to sit the fuck down. He need to hang it up. He has so much potential in other arenas, which he was doing in WWE when he wasn't like an in-ring competitor. He was scouting. He was training. He was doing commentary. He was doing all these things that he is highly gifted at. Mm-hmm. And he has a place in those positions. But his position that he doesn't have a place in is in that motherfucking ring. And I hope that his lackluster performance was just to give Swerve the maximum amount of shine that he deserved before he took his ass off into that good night. Mm-hmm. That's what I fucking hope.
Yeah, I don't think I can say it better than that. I mean, like you said, Swerve did all the work.
All of it.
That like that the walkaway spot, Swerve made it look good because he
I even said it.
Converted it and came out of it against out. And
I even said it. We were less than 5 minutes in. Swerve was not even breaking a sweat. Joe was drenched from head to goddamn toe, glistening like a ham in the sun. Just like, nah, man, it's time to lay it down, bro. I'm sorry. I know you love wrestling. It's been your life for however many years, but it's time to let it go, bro.
But in the end, we got the result we wanted.
Yeah, Prince Nana dancing around while Swerve held the title.
Yeah, that was wonderful.
He swerved while he drove.
Yes. And it's, as nice an ending as I think we could have got to that show. That, like I said, on a show that had just tremendous wrestling top to bottom, if somebody told me that's their favorite show of the year, I couldn't argue with them.
I can't.
Like it's got like I can't imagine another show top to bottom being that good the rest of the year. It's probably going to be between Dynasty and WrestleMania Night 2 for everybody, I'm going to guess, for the most part. And either way, I don't think there's a lot you can argue. It'll just be dependent on tastes.
Yeah.
Like that might be the best show top to bottom AEW's ever put on. As far as your wrestling quality, I mean, it's hard to get better than that.
Except for one match.
Well, every match.
I know, but it was but like to your point, yes, you're right. You're 100% right.
Like it's like, I think whatever you paid, whether it was $25 or $50, whatever, I think you got your money's worth out of this show.
Yeah, or you shared.
Yeah, whether we were all over in B Rob's house.
Yeah. They all came to my house. We watched it in my movie room.
Yeah, it's very comfortable there.
Exactly what we did. Popcorn and everything.
But yeah, that was AEW Dynasty. I think 99% of it we were very happy with.
Yes. Yeah, that 1%. Sorry, sons of bitches. Yeah. But yeah, man. I mean, that's all I got. You got anything else you want to run down?
I mean, do we want to hit the big thing from Dynasty real quick, or from Dynamite real quick?
Yeah.
I don't think most of the card had anything huge.
Yeah, this is kind of like a blah show.
I mean, it was fine. I mean, they've had far worse, but it was a fine show. But the big talking point at the end, Jack Perry and Tony Khan in the middle of the ring, shake hands, trying to put the past behind them, and then Jack Perry stabs Tony Khan with a microphone.
Yeah, that was weird.
Then,
Weird choice.
Yeah, it was a choice, definitely. And then the Young Bucks come out and Tony Khan Tony Khan into the mat, and it looks like it's now the Young Bucks running the show.
I hope they wrote off the Tony Khan character.
It was a one because that's like one of the few times he's ever come out like as a character.
Yeah,
Or it might be the first time he's really come out as a kid. Like usually it's just come out to make an announcement. As far as I can recall, it's the first time he's come out as a character on the show.
Yeah.
And then it was interesting having his dad come out there at the end. I thought,
that was weird.
Oh, I was like, oh shit, that's his dad. That's that makes this different.
It got us a hilarious meme too.
It did.
The one had the picture of Tony Khan's dad, Shad Khan or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Are you winning, son?"
Yeah,
that's just hilarious.
It looks like I'm assuming he's going to build to some. I said this earlier in the Discord. I'm guessing this builds to some Elite versus Team Tony Khan match for control of the company or something like that. I'm guessing would make the most sense to me, like a Team AEW, Team Elite thing. I don't know, but it's made a lot of news that NFL journalists covered the thing all day, and especially.
Even today, Tony Khan prepping for the draft, he had a neck brace on in one of his interviews.
It turns out that was a fake picture, actually.
Oh, it was? Oh, yeah. Man, they got
unfortunately. But if you get the NFL talking about anything that's not the draft on draft day, that's pretty big. That makes some noise. And then that is one thing we should probably cover. They just announced that Swerve's going to have his first interview as champion on Collision this weekend. And there was a lot of people saying, well, why wouldn't you do it on Dynamite on Wednesday when he just won the belt? It makes a lot of sense. They're immediately following the NBA playoffs. You're going to have a huge audience for then. If you're going to have your regular watchers, and then you're going to have the people who are just leaving the show on. The first thing they're going to see on that show is Swerve as champion.
True.
And he's a guy who you want to be a crossover star, they keep saying. That's a pretty good spot to put him in, because if you get pop a rating just by being there, and then that's the guy they see, like, oh, that's different from what I'm used to in wrestling. I think that makes a lot of sense.
He's a unique individual, and as soon as you see him with a big giant ass belt, and you're like, "Who the fuck is? Why is that guy dancing? Who is that guy?"
It's like, if that can bring some new eyes to the show, I think it's a pretty good idea. That's about all I've got. As far as next stuff we'll be covering, I mean, it'll be probably about 2 weeks, give or take, before Best of Super Juniors. They haven't announced any of the blocks yet, so once they do that, we'll come in and make our picks and predictions and all that. But
and mine will be very bad.
Listen,
all I'm gonna say, I can give you a spoiler right now. I want Ninja Mac go all the way. Ninja Mac or Teton. Those are my two.
Well, I got some bad news about as far as what Ninja Mac will do, but that's just because that's what New Japan does. It'll be fun though. But I did say because I don't know if you'd seen that Taguchi had gotten injured in a bike accident last week.
He hurt his bum.
He might have. I don't actually know, but they said he'll be ready for Best of Super Juniors.
I think with that out of a situation with Taguchi, I think it's a gimmick.
It could very well be. It wouldn't surprise me at all, because he's done weirder things. But I did have a thought, because they just released Trevor Lee from WWE.
I want that.
How good would that be if you just bumped Taguchi and moved him in? How cool would that be?
Yeah, another piece of news or whatever. The FTC is they've now banned the no compete clauses or whatnot.
Yes.
So it's an interesting thing, because people are speculating that won't have any bearing on professional wrestlers, because they're considered independent contractors. But from what I've seen in news reports and everything, it affects everybody that falls under those guidelines of non-compete.
So somebody's going to test it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be very interested who does, because that'll be very interesting. But I would sure love for it to be Trevor Lee in a Best of Super Juniors, because that would rule.
And well, and that's another thing too. I mean, I think it might be already getting tested because the grizzled young vets are debuting on Collision.
They are.
Well, not debuting; they'll be there. You know, so like they had something going on with Impact. I don't know what the contract situation was, but I mean, that's pretty quick. It was just on the fucking.
Well, I think they've said that they kind of want to go everywhere right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think they're going to tie themselves directly to anybody for the moment. But yeah, they are showing up on Collision this weekend, which is another reason to tune in that I'm definitely going to be watching.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's stirring that tag team pot.
They'd be a great addition because they are so good.
Them FTR, them in the Bucks, them in freaking Death Penta Triangle Squared, all that.
But yeah, I think that's about all we got today.
Yeah, titty meat.
Yeah, whatever. Sure.
Yeah, you got anything like social media wise you want?
Just the normal on Twitter at the Kaz Wheeler. If you're on the new Discord, I'm there all the time.
Yeah,
tell me I'm wrong about something. I'm sure somebody will. Other than that, no, that's all I got for you.
Yeah, and if you're wondering about that Discord that we're talking about, ever so politely and gently in your ear holes right now.
Yeah, the show hasn't debuted yet.
Yeah, but RBR Weekly Wrestling Talk that was once here is no longer here, and arising May 10th from the ashes of RBR is a Fatal 4 podcast production known as Didn't Get All of It. So May 10th, me, Paul, Noah, and Cody Carlson, not Rhodes, we'll be starting our podcast and journey back into the wild again with the Didn't Get All of It podcast. We're going to be popping up May 10th or whatever. The Patreons, if you're already subscribed, you can go to patreon.com/Fatal4Pod and you can subscribe for $3. It'll get you exclusive access to our Patreon Discord, which is well worth the price of admission on its own. We got some bonus content coming for you once we figure all that out. But the show has the pilot episode for the Patreon listeners and whatnot. So you can hear, kind of where we're going in our new direction and whatnot when it comes to the Didn't Get All of It podcast. But we get that hard launch on May 10th and whatnot. So tune into all your podcast providers and whatnot. We won't be going live weekly like how we did with RBR. Not yet, at least, or whatever, because we're still trying to work out the kinks and figure out the show and, format issues and whatnot. But we'll be recording Thursday nights. So send your emails and everything like that. I think is a Fatal 4. Matter of fact, don't let me guess what it is.
Yeah. While you're looking that up, if anybody ever has any New Japan stuff they want to ask us, feel free to ask on the Discord or whatever, and we'll answer questions too. And if you're wondering if that $3 is worth it, I can attest very much so. Between the Discord and the shows, Didn't Get All of It, I think is going to be very well worth your time.
Word. So if you want to send emails to the freaking Didn't Get All of It pod, questions about anything professional wrestling or personal, you can send that to fatal4pod@gmail.com. That's fatal, the word for FOUR pod@gmail.com. So you can do that, and you can find that Patreon searching for Fatal 4 pods as well, or pod, I'm sorry. And some of you might have noticed in some of the materials that we put out there for the Fatal 4 podcasts with an S, there might be more than one in your future and whatnot. So just keep your ears to the airwaves and your eyes on the prize, and more will be revealed May 10th. But other than that, I ain't got shit else to say. Fuck Chris Jericho. Samoa Joe hopefully retired, and I'll see you next time.